Did you hear Eminem's new song this week?
It was good. It was fucking
Really
awesome.
good. It's really good. It samples that song. Oh, it's magic. Da 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 da.
Male
But it's like
cross-dresser and a fake ass bitch.
yeah, it's like it's a throwback to his early 2000s stuff. And they do a de-aged version of him along with the modern version of him. And the de-aged version looks, I mean, we remember exactly who Slim Shady looks like, and it's like, that's him. They brought Slim Shady back, and so Slim Shady is like judging the new Eminem, and then at the end there's this explosion that melds them together. So he's got the blonde hair with the beard, and it was good. The best line is when he's like, I wonder if I can get a feat with Meg the Stallion. Oh no, what was it? He's making fun of Meg the Stallion.
I wonder if I could hit her in the feet, right?
I wonder if I'd have a shot at getting a feat with Meg the Stallion, and that's Meg the Stallion got shot in the foot in a club or a bar or some shit. So he's making fun of that. That was a great line. But yeah, look at this. It's pretty cool. I think it's got like
really well.
It's got like 50 million views in 4 days or something like that. He did age super well.
Yeah, he still looks young, and he's probably in his early 50s, right?
He's pretty fit. Yeah. He's like real close to me in age. I'll look it up.
I would guess
it was a great song. It was an excellent song. Yeah,
We're
there was that one
age.
part when he was like, I wonder what the old me would say. He'd probably think everything is gay, and then the back is like happy. It very much felt like an old Eminem song. He wasn't doing like the growly like thing he was doing in like 2009 with the lose yourself or whatever. He was doing more his like chicken, Slim Shady.
Slim Shady. Yeah, it's Slim Shady, not Marshall Mathers for sure. And it's not his it's not quite like his newest stuff. I like Rap God too, but that's probably 7 years ago now.
More than that.
Fuck, that was a while.
Probably 11 years ago. I remember listening to that song in like 2013, so it has to be around there.
Yeah, 2013 is when it came out. Yep.
Oh, damn. Look at me. That big Eminem head here.
Big head in general, really.
Big head in general. Yeah.
I was about as big of a fan as you could be in the early 2000s. Like when I was in high school, like I remember that Slim Shady song came on the radio and they played it that summer. Like every 5 minutes they played the real Slim Shady. And then I went and bought all of his CDs. And then every time a new one would come out, I'd buy a new one.
Did you ever dress like him?
Never, not even close.
You never wigged out?
No, I've never been that poser. I've always just really been disgusted.
I saw you with
that.
the Justin Bieber haircut when that bitch.
That was just my fucking hair. He copied me. He's the young one.
That's true.
He copied me. All right, that's just what my hair looks like when I grow it out.
Well played.
Shit in it. No, I liked him a lot, and I remember one day my dad was driving us to school, or maybe back home from school. That's what it was. And my sister said something about like we were arguing, and she's like, "Listen to what he's listening to." And he like took my headphones and listened, and it was the first track I think of the Marshall Mathers CD, and it's like, Slim Shady doesn't care what you think, and if you don't like it, you can suck his fucking cock. And it's like he's like, "What is this? What is this?" I'm like, "Well, you really picked a bad spot. Like if you skip forward, like, well, not the next track because that's pretty wild.
Well, the next track is FAC, so let's skip that one.
go like 4 tracks in, and there's some poppy shit." But it was a bad look. I felt like everything to my dad was an embarrassment though. Like anything that was new that I was into felt like it. It almost felt like that meme when your dad is like, "You winning, son?" Like the worst one was one time he saw me playing Halo or something, and I was like, "Yeah, so you see I'm a lieutenant commander here," and he like told my mom later on, like we're all having dinner, and he's like, Kyle's a lieutenant commander, and I'm just like, I will never share anything with you. That's it. Now we just talk about fucking hunting and whatever you watched on the news last night.
You've never seen a look in an adult man's eyes like my father when he saw me playing Magic cards for the first time.
Oh no!
Where he was just like, just disgust.
I would do that too, to be honest. I'm on the same page.
You're with the dad.
It's such a fun game, but it is pretty gay. It's a pretty lame thing to be into, but I don't care now.
See, Taylor doesn't look down on bottoms.
No, never. I would never look down on Wendigoon for being a bottom in that Internet Anons graphic, for example. if that's the way he rolls, which I know it isn't. Wendigoon's a good boy. even if that fucking asshole in his Hawaiian shirt was saying Wendy. Wait, was it that guy who said Wendigoon was a bottom?
Yeah, he's the guy. Oh.
Yeah, well, it was a meme guy who said Wendigoon was a bottom. And the guy who reacted to it said, well, that's homophobic to have a problem with him being a bottom, because Wendigoon was like, why the fuck did you do this to me? I remember when I was younger, I think I was watching Pokemon on the TV. I didn't even like Pokemon particularly. It was just on. And I remember my dad coming downstairs and he was like about to go outside to go somewhere. He looked at it. He just said, looks gay, and then walked outside. That's all he
Damn. That probably helped out in the long run with your development.
Who's the hottest chick in Pokemon? Emma, before you answer, like, I just want to say I've got a real thing for the Team Rocket chick. The bad girl.
I think I'd probably have to agree that it is Jessie from Team Rocket.
Mm-hmm. Jessie?
Yeah, Jessie and James.
I don't know Pokemon at all, but I was sure the answer was going to be like Snortagus or something like that.
No, these are what was the name of when we were doing the trivia at the end of the episode? What was the name of the poke? Like we were doing a trivia bit like 6 months ago at this point, Tom, and like Chiz put a Pokemon related question in there because that was my specialty, like the original 151. Yeah, and it was like name the Pokemon, and Woody was like had no idea any Pokemon. And so what was Zach? Please put in the chat what was the name of the Pokemon that Woody shot out in the dark and guessed. Please. It made me laugh so much in the moment because it sounded like it could be real because it followed the fuck.
Zach doesn't.
You guys, if you look up Gardevoir and pull it up on screen, you would all fuck the shit out of Gardevoir. There's no question.
Oh, I know.
Oh, Zach, please, Gardevoir. I need to see now.
Mewtwo's kind of hippie, like you know what I mean. Like you could be attracted to Mewtwo.
Yeah, but Mewtwo canonically has a cloaca.
Exactly.
You're being kind of specious.
I remember I saw that movie. That I think at the end Mewtwo is like the main Pokemon of the movie and like somehow saves the day. That was the only exposure I had to Pokemon because I had seen like 2 episodes of the show. And
oh yeah, we could bang that.
That's not Mewtwo.
That's not Mewtwo.
Gardevoir.
That's Gardevoir.
Mewtwo does have like a very weird like groin area. Like
a big old ass on Mewtwo. It's got to be very hippie.
Mewtwo is a dude.
Oh,
wait,
little bondage.
Mewtwo?
No, this is the same one all tied up.
This is Gardevoir all tied up.
This one only has one.
See, she doesn't have. Well, she's got a bum. But not
like a fleshlight.
Not like that dress implied.
Just like a napkin you tied a ball in. Now this is Mewtwo.
This is the hot one.
Yeah, this is the one that's got a big old ass. Like you get that, look under that tail, you're gonna see some fucking cake.
I banged this one already at a convention.
Yeah, okay, Mewtwo. I mean, Mewtwo's too powerful.
What would
not a tail? What is it, Zach?
It's a tail. Yeah,
it's more like a.
Look at where it starts. It's a dick. Oh, he's on to something.
Look at where it starts. Damn.
Wow, look at
that is funny to imagine that it's just folded back.
I mean, Mew has some tits for sure. There's something going on.
I don't know what.
Yeah,
a breastplate looks hard though. It doesn't look like it'd be nice to touch.
Well, you never know until you get in there, you know.
Yeah. Did you have an answer for the hottest Pokemon character? Because I think Jessie is definitely the winner.
The hottest Pokemon character. Yeah, I mean Jesse's definitely up there. What about Meowth, the cat? You ever think about the cat?
I enjoyed his comic relief as a 7-year-old, but I would not want to fuck Meowth.
He's sort of spitty. You know, he's
kind of
got a bit of a lisp, so there may be some advantageous.
Were Jesse and James fucking, or were they siblings?
I think they're siblings.
I was always 100%.
They might have also been fucking. I don't think that precludes that.
One of the have you ever noticed you know how they do those poses every time they like make their entrance, they like pose together. It's always spelling an R with their bodies. Do you ever notice that?
Yes. Yeah. You know why, right?
About that. Well, Team Rocket.
Yes, there you go. Is there an alternative theory?
No, there's not. I didn't know if many people knew that. I've only ever seen like 2 episodes and then the movie, and it was all when I was a child. I watched Digimon for some reason.
No.
That's what was. You know, Saturday morning, that's what was on. Pokemon wasn't on for some reason. I didn't have that channel.
You need to wake up earlier, my friend, because Digimon, Digimon sucked. Digimon was never cool.
There was no cable in our area. There wasn't even and we had satellite.
Participated all. Zach, pull up Cheetara, would you? While they talk, this is what we got down to in the 80s. Cheetara, cheetah is the root word.
Oh, I know exactly what this is like. I think Andy dressed up as this thing in. Is this Thundercats?
Is it the
Thundercats? Yeah, Chitara Thundercats. If it helps you find a picture, this is how we rolled back in my day.
I've never seen any Thundercats, but I've seen the imagery enough that it's pretty iconic. They look like a cat.
Ooh, that's
all right. Well, that's some modern reimagining shit.
Exactly. It was more animated and
more of an actual cheetah. This is more of a woman LARPing.
Yeah, this is just a lady.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's Chitara. That's what we got down with back.
I've always seen her with fur everywhere.
Same.
Maybe
I was never that big into Thundercats though.
They weren't shaving it like that back then.
It's been 40 years. I'm not sure.
No one was eating Chitara's ass.
It was the 80s, right?
Oh, fair.
I don't know.
Okay,
man, we're really exploring all aspects of culture this episode.
It looks like the one guy from Kiss. She looks like she's like a Kiss fan or something.
Yeah, I see it. Gene Simmons
makeup.
I was looking on your Twitter, seeing what you've been up to, and Nick Rekieta, who came on our show probably years ago now, right? He was on here. Friend of Dick Masterson, the attorney. He got big years ago following the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case online as like a really big streamer. And now I think it looks, based on the thumbnail that I see on your Twitter, things aren't going good for him. What's up
he's I think he's just straight up developed a cocaine addiction. Seems to be the biggest problem. I mean, is
he thin?
He lost a lot of weight. He lost a ton of weight.
You guys are acting like cocaine's all bad.
It does help. I don't think he was ever a fat person though.
And he never will be.
Yeah.
But
not if he sticks to it.
It's too bad because he was I mean the real thing about him is he kind of always posited himself as like a very conservative person, not only in his like values, like openly, like, freedom of speech, anti-censorship, stuff like that, gun rights, but also in his lifestyle. Like he was like, guy from Minnesota, had a bunch of kids, normal marriage, got married pretty young, so it was kind of a
that guy. Yeah
it was kind of like he had a very
he lost too much.
He lost a lot,
way too much weight.
He had a very forward-facing conservative kind of look to him, and vibe, I guess you would say. And he would call like cucks degenerates and make fun of cucks, and that's whatever. That's all well and good. But then with time, he made a bunch of money on YouTube, and it seemed like he kind of was getting into some weird stuff. Like people started noticing little things, like he went to this anime convention and he let a bunch of girls step on him. Like he was lying on the floor. People were like, "Oh, that's a little weird," but maybe it's nothing, right? His wife's there, maybe she's fine with it. It's whatever. And then they start posting in this they have this thing called Locals, is like their community for this app called Locals. And his wife is like posting lingerie and he's posting weird pictures. One of them was his ass gripping a beer bottle. So that was one picture that was posted.
He got cheeks?
No, I would say he did not have cheeks.
Shit. I thought it was gonna be like what I've seen his baristas do that, and it's like you need a lot of ass to hold a beer bottle. So I was just curious he didn't insert it, did he?
It was partially inserted, I would say. There was a partial insertion. It wasn't all the way in, though.
So let me ask you this. That's kind of cheating.
Here's the telltale. Would you have drank that beverage?
No.
No, because his ass was bare. It was naked. So.
Oh, I understood that.
Oh, okay.
Right. But I think Kyle's saying if you got enough rump to hold it between the cheeks vertically, then it's still drinkable. But if you don't and you have to insert it in, then nature's beer holder.
No, there's probably another beer in the fridge. Like,
oh, sorry.
Just Miller Lite. Last Corona.
Zach clarified in chat that picture is actually his wife, so that's even better. Did he just send the image? Did he send?
Yeah, he did. I'm looking at it.
My goodness.
How are you on this so fast?
Don't show people that.
Don't show this.
He's updated on the lore.
Well, anyway,
I don't see it.
Regardless of it seems like you can get down. However,
wait, that's not the picture. There's another picture. There's a picture with a beer bottle specifically.
Oh yeah, I kind of do want to see that one. I don't need to see these.
Sounds like they do this a lot.
I'm gonna look up Nick Rekieta beer bottle ass and see what comes up. I'm sure something really good.
I don't know. I don't like judging people's kinks, but the furry thing has always been like, it's not even that dirty. It's just like something about it not being dirty makes it just weird.
It's physically like, dirty. You're wearing a mascot costume.
If you told
all over.
If you told me that you like peeing on girls or like getting peed on by girls, I'd be like, all right, sure, get in the shower, we'll be clean right after. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But when you tell me that you've got a $1,800 wolf costume that you like to dress up in, and that you're going to need me to get one too, so that we match, and then we start having this long, in-depth conversation and start shopping for cat costumes online. It's like, man, this just seems like
dude, you're winning me over. This sounds dope. This sounds like a real way for couples to connect.
No, it sounds awful.
To be honest, like if you do like this kind of thing with furries and like scat play, I'll take furries 10 times out of 10.
All right, you've won me over there. Okay. Okay,
you've unleashed an atomic bomb of comparison.
Okay, I was at pee and you jumped at poo.
Oh, I'd be happy to go to a German Oktoberfest and drink beer and eat tasty sausages more than I want to go to the actual shit festival in New Delhi.
A festival's a festival.
Tommy's catches trays over here.
The corn dogs here are terrible. Oh, that's not what that
is. Everything is shit. It's all shit.
Okay, so just to clarify, I do have a link. Kiwi Farms is down right now, but it is Nick gripping a bottle with his butt cheek, so I can confirm it is Nick's ass. Just to put that out there.
I mean, I would argue
there's care about the facts here.
Right, we do care about the facts. We got to get it right. No misinformation. But so there's just little stuff like that, and it was like, oh, whatever. But the kind of contradictory thing there is he was previously calling stuff like that degenerate, and then he's kind of engaging in it, right? So it was kind of a hypocrisy. As the audience,
I'm okay with furries, but not hypocrites.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like calling anything degenerate because I feel like it comes from sort of religious morality high place that I just don't care to stand on at all. Like I feel like people should get down however they want to get down, you know?
Yeah.
Like
not if there's poop involved. That's gross.
So
look, I won't take part in your poopery, but if you want to, like, I'm certainly not going to create a force of poop enforcement agents that go door to door sniffing people or anything, looking for these fuckers.
It's a hilarious enforcement method.
Smells like shit in there. What's going on? We're poor. We're poor. We promise.
She made Indian food. I just keep going.
The SS. It's the super smellers.
Is that human feces I smell?
You were wandering by your house.
No. My dog. It's dog feces. I know the taste of dog feces.
You are hiding a man dressed as a Saint Bernard under the floor, aren't you?
Legit. Like when I think about the kinks, to my mind, I guess the way I'm wired, I would argue that the furry costume is not any more off the deep end than the sex swing.
Whoa, that's crazy. That's really crazy talk.
I think it's more off the deep end. It's a fucking dog. It's a dog.
Yeah. All right, so it could be anything. You could be Mewtwo. I guarantee somebody's dressed up as Mewtwo out there taking some Charizard cock or something. It's something's weird to me that we're dressing up as these other things and that it's so in depth. Like if you just put cat ears on and a tail and like maybe some scratchy paws. By the way, you can buy that kit on Amazon. Then, just guessing. Then I see no problem with that. But it's just that you've got this mascot costume, and to Taylor's point, I know he always brings this up. Those things get sweaty and like fuck juices. Like when I fuck in my bed, it's time to clean the sheets. Like we've made a mess. So, but I can't imagine you could dry clean one of those big things. Maybe you can.
No.
But I wouldn't think you could.
No, you're having anal sex dressed like a fucking mascot for a minor league baseball team. Get out of
risky.
Here. That's gross. You're getting poop particles and cum and liquids all in your fur, matted up.
I don't know. I pictured a different way. Like maybe it's kind of cuddly and cozy and like
Zach, bring up some activity. Furry porn.
Yeah, on the scale of like kinky stuff, furry in my mind is just like all the others.
I've never met one. I'm being a bigot about it. I'm trusting my.
I've
met some. Actually, we've talked about this. In the hangout, 100% of the furries I've met, one of one, has been a really cool guy, and I like him.
I like him
too. We who's the movie reviewer? Your movie sucks.
Oh yeah, he's all. But
I found the picture. Oh, sorry, I just found the.
No, I wanted. I'm glad you let us know. Yeah.
I'll send this in the links in the chat so you can see this. You should be able to pull this up.
Why is it downloading? Command. What command?
You should be able to just press the
link. Man, this is
you can still drink from that bottle.
I mean, it looks like if he leans back just a little, it'll pour anyway.
Oh. Yeah, that thing's practically between his thighs.
Yeah, I was imagining that.
Pretty good form.
You thought I was using nature's bottle holder.
I thought that's what they call it. Nature's cup holder. Yeah, I thought, but that looks all to be all in good fun.
Yeah, this is kind of the start of things, but it's not really. it's kind of just like whatever, right? Like he's into weird shit. Like who really cares, right? But it progressively gets worse from there. One of the big things is Nick, like I said, he had openly talked about how bad degeneracy is, and then he ended up going to this place called Hedonism. It's basically like a swingers resort, right? It's a sex resort.
I've heard of it.
And so he didn't announce he was there, but he announced he was at a resort with his wife. Autistic Spurgs online, they cross-reference photos, realize where he is. They realize that he is following on Instagram these two black bulls, you would call them, and they follow him too, who work there. So that's the thing people put together. And it came out that Nick was kind of into cuck stuff, right? And that in and of itself, once again, it's kind of whatever. It's weird, but it's kind of whatever. But it's around this time people start noticing Nick is apparently exhibiting signs of an addiction. Drinking had always been a thing on his show, like alcohol had been a thing, it's whatever. But he was visibly very drunk during some of his streams. He had his friends talking about how he was doing coke and it was a big problem. And he was like apparently justifying it to them. And it all mounted an incident where Nick Rekieta got arrested because multiple people ended up reporting him because there's something called a mandatory reporter, which basically means somebody who feels like they have an obligation to report somebody to the cops. And one of the things was his kids were, according to this person, coming to school. They were dirty. They'd been wearing the same clothes for days. They were hungry.
You don't like that.
And that was and so eventually the cops ended up going to Nick's house. And he got arrested. Right now he's being charged with I think this possession of whatever the class of substance is. And he also had firearms around the drugs apparently, which also can be a problem that can add to the charge. So I think he's facing at the max right now 26 years in prison for that. And it all kind of began with this, like I said, this early stuff, this just kind of hedonistic stuff, which is like whatever, right?
Yeah, sounds like he was like living life to the fullest.
Living the vida loca. Is what we call that.
Inside, outside.
You just living the dream,
Yeah. So Zach in chat said they have a legal expectation to report it to the police and call CPS, and I mean that's the cops ended up coming to their house.
Yeah,
I don't know any charged with any like endangerment stuff, or is it just drug and gun?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so officially yet.
Can you estimate the kid's age?
One of the youngest is 6. The youngest is 6.
Oh, fuck this guy then.
Yeah. If they were like 17 and 19 or something, I might take a different look at it.
Yeah. Zach says there are 5 charges of endangerment on him and his wife.
There you go. But to be clear, they're charges, but obviously, he hasn't had a full trial yet, so we don't know everything.
Right.
But
we do know he's a hypocrite. That much is locked in.
Yeah.
If you want,
pretty disturbing.
Seems to be if he was.
A lot of times these accusations are projection, right? Like, what are they? Accusation is admittance. I forget the term they use, but these guys who absolutely hate gay people sometimes turn out to be gay.
Yeah. They're the ones who make it like a thing. It's like you must think about this a lot, like all the time. It's like really in the forefront of your mind. Gays, always gays, penises and butts. I mean, it's hot, but God, you can't do it. He said so. He said so, and I don't do it. And they are. Why are they having all the fun that I want to have? It's like
one of the things
really
One of the things from the police report was his wife asked to be given her medication when being arrested, and the cops went to get her meds. And in the medication bottle, there was stuff that was not her meds.
Idiots.
And so that was one of the things that.
So they tested what was in the bottle, and it didn't
I don't know if they tested it, but they looked inside the bottle, and there were very visually pills that were not supposed to be. Like they just weren't the medication.
Probably had a mix of pills stored in a bottle.
Usually, like if you get like antibiotics or something, like it'll be like. This is a small white pill that has a line through the middle. Like there's a little physical descriptor on there, so you can just.
It says that on the. I don't think I've read my prescription bottle very carefully.
I've never seen it.
Zach said ketamine. There you go.
And they did test
ketamine. Okay, well you can get a prescription for that. It's I don't care about any of the sex shit or the drug shit. I just don't like especially like here, like your kids are going to school dirty. Like you're a fucking scumbag. You're doing that to your kids. Like. I mean, like, I remember there was 1 or 2 kids that were like that in school, and it was like, man, why is nobody loving you? Like, why?
In particular, what's disturbing is like,
can't be there.
This guy made like $700,000 on YouTube, like, the previous year. He has enough money to like have.
Sometimes that could be a curse. Like I've been around YouTube for a long time, and man, some of these guys that hit it big, especially if they're too young. It's like a lottery that ruins them.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like when he had the opportunity and he thought he could get away with it, he ended up doing all this weird shit. I don't think he went into it thinking I'm going to neglect my children. I think because of the addiction, he ended up doing that, which doesn't make it better. But obviously, it is like drawing a through line.
Right. Like there is 1% of me that's sympathetic to the idea that he didn't want to go down this road. He did.
I mean, addiction is very powerful. It's very powerful. It rewires your brain in horrific ways. But I mean,
but making your kid go to school as the stinky kid, like ruining, like literally think about it, like you
cannot overstate how like life ruining having your 7, 8, 9-year-old go to school stinky and dirty can be. Like that will set you down the path to ruin. You will be a loser for the rest of your life when you start out like that. Like it's you're creating a whole mindset within the kid and within his peer group. Like everybody's like, oh yeah, that's the other. You become that.
That's who you pick on to be pop. Like that's creating a series of hurdles that don't need to be jumped if you just smell reasonable.
I don't know. I mean, to me, school was often like very materialistic and very like stat and